flooded over the spiritual world. And the essence of the original entities that was before the physical world was carried over into the physical body, but the temple or the essence of that remained inside of the body and carried over into the physical flood, but the invisible house still stands. That's where I'm going with this.
Okay.
So the next time by fire, which means when the next level of us being purified, purified by the fire of the Kundalini energy.
Okay.
Being purified, our essence will be carried on into the worlds to come, because the fires that's going to purify the essence, you understand what I'm saying, is nothing but a cooking vessel to cook the essence and ferment the essence
for transformation,
or distill the essence into a new existence, a new formula, a new
paradigm.
New paradigm.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like I said, this is for the depth, not the inept. I know I done lost all the niggas in the TV land,
but at least they
y'all
know there's something more than the
motherfucker
riding the boat.
Here's a good book to get on that, is The Alchemy, Get Pregnant Darkness, because a lot of the alchemical stuff is in this book, Pregnant Darkness, by Monica Wickman. Yeah, give me some more questions.
All right, so now we move to the Tower.
So in so many words, I want to get this particular part.
Okay.
The Atlantis story would be equivalent to the Noah's flood. Atlantis used to be it was a spiritual world, and it gradually fell into the vibration of the physical laws covering it over. And that's the Noah's story. Just as, now where's Atlantis? Atlantis, we used to be gods and souls and sons that were trapped into the physical world. So Atlantis now exists as our souls. Atlantis would be literally an accurate term for Atlantis would be our souls that sank beneath the horizon, or sank beneath the waves of the ocean, or sank on into the physical. And in this particular case, if you break it down to the physical body, it's our souls sinking into the dormant state of the physical body.
Gotcha.
That's where really the true Atlantis is.
Okay.
You see, and Atlantis rising, the end result will be our souls illuminating.
That's hard. All right. So we move on now to the Tower of Babel, that whole story of the people trying to build this tower to God.
The Tower of Babel is identical to the Noah flood story and the Atlantis story. The Tower of Babel is the different. The Tower of Babel, the tower is the Kundalini energy, the staff of Tahuti, the Djed pillar, the temple of Solomon. You see, there's one of the towers in the temple called Boaz. And it's the pillars. You see what I'm saying? So a group of people tried to build a tower to God, and God struck the towers. Well, Zeus is the god of lightning that strikes things. And so the Titans in this particular case tried to build a tower to God, which means that the Titans tried to raise up the Kundalini energy to get back to the God realm. And Zeus, which is the demiurge, struck the towers and made them into confusion. Put them into confusion. And they couldn't communicate. Well, the communication, they say, with the different languages, you can't go, they try to do some historical thing. The communication, what they was talking about was that the soul had its own way of communicating with the souls, but they put the complexity of the human brain over the humans on the soul. You see what I'm saying? And it could not communicate the spiritual realm of the soul through the rational consciousness of the brain. Of the brain. You see what I'm saying? So the brain became the Achilles heel, or became the wall, the matrix that would stop the communication from the original people that tried to build a tower to heavens,
right? To raise back
up to the realm of heaven. You see what I'm saying? Or it can just be in the scientific, metaphysical level. It can just be the human brain. You see what I'm saying? Shooting the spark. The spark is talking about electricity and the electrical wiring of the brain. Shooting a spark to the senses of the body, the nerve ending, saying, hey, I'm still here, and this is reality. You understand what I'm saying? Overshadowing the inner tower or the chakra system and all of that, which is the real world. Right. You see what I'm saying? Which is the real world. So this is, you can break this thing down to the molecular level. You see. So that's what that is. That's what that is talking about. Not a literal people trying to build a tower to God. The tower. The tower is the Kundalini energy, which is called. There's a book called The Tower of Alchemy by David Goddard. You see, and that's the tower. The alchemical components are the Kundalini energy or the Djed pillar building itself back up. The spine. But this is interesting because next time by fire, the brain had to continue into its course of deterioration till the next time when the tower rises. There will be no form of the brain winning this particular story. As a matter of fact, there's a tarot card called the Tower. And the tower is struck, in this particular case, in the tarot card, and it talks about the tower is struck by the eye of Shiva, and the eye of Shiva is the pineal gland, the eye of Heru, the eye of Ra, the eye of Shiva. But it represents the relinquishing of the old garrison. You see, when the tower is struck this time, with the same kind of lightning, relinquishing the old garrison into the new garrison. So when those towers fell, in the World Trade Center, that was symbolic, spiritually, of the old garrison going away. And that's exactly what's happening. But in the inner body, the eye of Shiva, which means it has to be the Kundalini rising up to the towers, the eye of Shiva striking, you see what I'm saying, the physical body, and represents the destroying the old garrison, or the old guard. Right. In the aspect of the towers, this is tarot book by what's that word?
Gerald Ziegler.
Gerd something.
Gerd Ziegler.
Gerd Ziegler. That's some German shit or some.
Gerd Ziegler.
Gerd Ziegler. It's called A Mirror of the Soul, Handbook for Aleister Crowley's Tarot. Aleister Crowley's Tarot. They have a picture of the card being struck. I should have blown one up. And called the tower.
I can see it, let me see.
Called the tower, and the tower is being struck with a big eye that's striking the tower.
Yeah, everything you just said.
A big striking the tower. A good book to get is the new book, Understanding Aleister Crowley's Soul Tarot, by Milo Duquette, which is an excellent book because it is probably one that is up to date and one that gives more motifs since they have more information coming from Egyptian iconology and all. So that's that. Okay. Go right on.
Yeah, that's real good. That's real good. All right, so we move on now to Abraham as the king of the Jews. There's a lot of stories with him. The only one that maybe stuck out to me, and if anybody else could jump in, was he went back to Egypt. Sarah, was his wife. He lied to the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh took her, and then he went back to Canaan, as you already taught, was named after Cain, and so Abraham.